welcome to another Doodle Duel.
I'm Miss V.
And I'm Miss C.
Today's Doodle Duel is a tribute episode. We are going to make drawings to thank our nurses for helping us fight COVID-19. There's also a special holiday to honor nurses called National Nurses Day on May 6th through the 12th.
While we are all going through quarantine due to the coronavirus, the medical field is doing their best to help victims of the virus. The best way we can help them is by staying at home to lessen the chances of getting the virus.
Also, please remember to wear a mask when you go outdoors. It helps reduce the amount of people who get the virus by preventing the spread of germs, as anyone can be a carrier regardless of if they have symptoms or not. Wearing a mask helps everyone, especially medical professionals. With less people sick, they won't have to treat as many people and it will reduce their own risk of getting the virus. If you need help making a mask, we have a tutorial up on our YouTube as well as a printable PDF pattern for sewing masks. In my drawing, I'm going to be making a more graphic design that will symbolize how nurses are giving their all to care for patients. I'll be using Photoshop to create my image. Usually I would make graphic images or logos in Adobe Illustrator, but right now I only have access to Photoshop. You can still create shapes and logos in Photoshop, but Illustrator is better equipped for it as it allows you to create vectors more easily, which allows your art to be printed at any size without worrying about it becoming pixelated. I still start out with a basic concept sketch.
In my drawing, I'm going to be depicting the nurses showing the coronavirus who's boss. I will be using Procreate on the iPad Pro with my Apple Pen to make my drawing. Before I started drawing, I did some research on what the virus looks like and some battle action poses to put the nurses in. After, I began making sketches of which poses I wanted to put the nurses in. Before I went into details, I wanted to get a strong pose that easily reads that the nurses are ready to fight. I begin to draw in details in another color and layer because this helps me see what I'm drawing over the basic sketch pose.
I use the pen tool and shape tool to create shapes and paths. I also use anchors on each point to adjust the curve and position of the lines by clicking and dragging them to achieve the desired shape. Paths are great for text to make the text write in a specific shape, like a circle or a heart. I'll go in more depth about modifying text paths next episode.
My next step is to do the line work and then color. When I'm doing my line work, I try my best to close all gaps. This makes it easier to color because I can later use the selection tool to select the space I want to color in on the original line layer. Then in another layer that is below the line layer, slide the color from the top right corner over to the empty space to fill. This makes the coloring process go by a whole lot faster. After I finish coloring, I like to add a layer above the colored layers and make it a clipping mask to the color layer so I can begin shading with a multiply effect. By using the clipping mask, it allows me to color inside the colored shape and it will not draw out of the shape. The clipped multiply layer is also at a lower opacity so that the shadows are not too dramatic on the characters.
Awesome, Miss C. I think we're both done now. Let's see how we did.
Miss V, your graphic design looks strong in showing our support for nurses. I really like how you were able to use simple shapes to explain how nurses care about their patients and are doing their best to help during this difficult time.
Thanks, Miss C. Your poses are so dynamic. It really shows how medical professionals are real heroes during this pandemic. I hope you like our tributes to nurses and everyone on the front line of the epidemic. Which one do you like better?
Let us know. Also, we would love to see your work as well, so have your parents submit your art to us at media@teenprimetime.org. Please include project title, student's first name, grade, and school. Selected artwork will be highlighted on Teen Primetime's website and YouTube channel.
Instead of our usual duel, this was a great team effort to show our support for the nurses who are out there every day to help fight COVID-19.
Definitely. Stay safe out there, you guys. Until next time. Oh, and before we go, keep doodling!